feed. Now, as a kit I've wanted to build for quite some time, and we were starting a JDM build over on ASM. It's the perfect opportunity. So I do have a review of this kit up. It's up on YouTube. Now, the original colour I did choose was Mazda Stormy Blue Pearl. And we do go through the entire process of prepping, priming, painting and 2K'ing it before I change my mind, strip it all, and we change the colour. So we'll get to that in a little bit. So bodywork's really nice and clean on this. As you can see, it's got a very subtle body kit on it. I'm going to do some rescribing with my Holley 0.2 scriber. Nothing too drastic. We're literally just very lightly scribing the panel lines, just to clear out any remnants of anything left behind from the casting process, and also just slightly deepening them for a little bit more profile. So be nice and careful here, don't slip. A little slip can cost you quite a bit of time and work and get rid of the scratch. The resin is very easily marked, so really do take your time here. Like I say, the body is very, very clean on this, flawless in fact. And I'm just doing this as a matter of course. I always like to deepen them a touch, but more importantly for me, I like to clean out anything that might be left behind in there. So yeah, not my normal type of car. I'm not really into the JDM scene that much. There's a few cars I like, this RX7 being one, the Nissan Skyline, which you're going to see soon, and the Honda NSX, which again, you're going to see soon. 3 builds, all JDM coming up, but this one's the first one. So very lightly rescribing, working our way around the body, nice and carefully and gently. The Holley scribers are absolutely fantastic. They are top quality. They're a bit difficult to get a hold of, but if you search for them, you'll normally find them in the Far East. Have a look. I think a few of my friends got them from America as well. But it's a good scriber. You're right at the fingertip holding it, so I think it gives you very, very precise control, and I have a lot less mishaps with this scriber than I do with any other I have owned or do own. It is certainly the most forgiving. So that's all rescribed. We're going to go around with a Tamiya 2000 grit primer and flat back, well not flat, but key all the surface in preparation for primer. So this will put thousands of micro abrasions in the surface, which will help our primer adhere better, and also get rid of any micro imperfections that might be on the body left over, again from the casting process. So not using any pressure, I'm not trying to sand anything away, we're literally just taking the shine from the top surface. Now by putting millions of micro abrasions in the surface, or thousands rather, it gives a lot more grip for the primer. Resin is a bit of a strange one to paint. I have had it lift a few times with all different primers over the years. Preparation is key here. So number one, key the surface. Number two, get any dust off like this with an old toothbrush. So we go around all the panel lines, all the recesses, any gaps, anywhere at all around the wheel arches, around all the vents, the windows, everywhere. And I've just spotted a little flaw on the front of the body. So I think it's where I slipped with the scriber. So it's going to go at it with the 220 UMP thinny stick. Just give it a very light, so no pressure at all. Just let the sander do it, and then we'll just go over it again with our Tamiya 2000 grit sander. And then this tool, this is a Hasegawa scribing tool, put onto me by my buddy. Well, I was put onto by my buddy Brandon Drescher, who bought one and said it's absolutely ideal for doing fuel caps, things like this. And he's not wrong. Absolutely perfect. Works great. So again, once you cleared out the panel line, give it a brush over to get rid of any dust. You'll be surprised dust will stay in there through the priming process. I've had it happen before, so thorough preparation here is key. Once we're all scuffed up and clean and everything, we're now going to use our ProScale pre-paint degreaser. This is an alcohol-based degreaser. We're going to put a little bit in the cap. We're going to get our toothbrush again, dip it in, and we're going to clean the entire body. Now I'm using a toothbrush so we can get all the nooks and crannies in and around those wheel arches. So like I say, on a few occasions I've had the primer lift, and you're going to see it in the Honda NSX video where it actually lifts, where I changed primer from my regular ProScale back to Tamiya, and I don't think I prepped the body properly and had a bit of paint lift, so a bit of a pain. So this process here is essential. It takes seconds to do. Our pre-paint degreaser isn't expensive. It goes a long way, and it just degreases the body perfectly. Now you'll notice I've got my hand on it, but that's so I can dry it off. Once I get it mounted, I'll give it another wipe over where my hands and fingers have been. This with the brush was primarily to getting all those nooks and crannies where the tissue can't get to. So get it in there. Because it's alcohol, it will evaporate away. You can help it along its way just by leaving it to dry off, or get a kitchen towel, cotton buds and all the nooks and crannies to help it dry, but it will evaporate away. There we go. This is my painted Bretland Alpha model stand. So some tongue depressors on an old UMP burnishing bottle full of water, held together by 3M sticky pads. Take the old ones off, put new ones on. So there we go. These 3M pads are off Amazon. They're absolutely fantastic. I cut them in half, and as you'll see, they mount perfectly on the inside of the body, like so. A little bit of a gentle press in place, and then we can thoroughly degrease all the exterior now with some tissue paper. So I kind of skipped some of this here now. So I've primed the body in grey, and I'm going to drill out all the rivet holes in the body kit. So we do get rivets in the kit. I'm using the smallest drill bit I have, which currently here is a 0.5. Now, it was a little bit too big. I now have the zoom on set of drill bits, which we are stocking at Pro Scale now, and they are much better suited for this. But it's a case just go around looking for the recess, and the reason I'm doing it now is the layers of paint may fill that little recess in. So if I drill these now, I can re-drill it later on. So we painted it all in that stormy blue pearl, which is a beautiful colour, and I've 2K'd it, and I'm looking at it here under light, and I just don't like the colour. I don't think it suits the body shape. It is too dark. So I opted to strip it. So I chucked it